So this is following up last video. If you guys watched last video, y'all would have known that I'm doing a couple of upgrades to the 240. So right now, since the car's been sitting, it is super messy in the engine bay. Like you can see dirt all up in there, dirt up on the strut tower, everywhere. And I have a mess right here just because I have it all apart. So basically what we're doing is we're putting injectors, coils, a different mass airflow sensor, and sending out the tune and going to tuck that harness finally. These are actually 350Z coils, which delete the igniter for the SR20. And I had to repin and pin the connectors for the harness, so that's okay. But I'm getting these installed, and then I installed the 550cc injectors. Shout out to Uriel for hooking me up with these. I haven't fully installed them. I need to tighten down the screws. But other than that, I sent out the ECU to RS Empathy, and I sent that out Friday, so probably not gonna see that for a good while. I don't know when. Hopefully sooner rather than later. There's a drift event coming up. It would be cool to take this thing, drive it up there. But we'll see when that comes back. But for now, we'll deal with this. Fast forward to like 2 weeks later. Sorry, it's a little windy if you guys hear some wind noise. Finally started working on the... My starter took a shit, so I got that starter back, and it was like 150 bucks later to rebuild the SR starter. Probably should have ordered a new one, but oh well. What else did I do? I fully installed the 550cc injectors. I installed the 350Z coils, but I need to get longer screws because it doesn't... These back ones won't thread out because they sit higher, and I want to run this because it just looks janky without it. But anyways, what else do we got? I fully soldered the new injector clips, and I really wanted to take my time with these, and I soldered every single connection 360 degrees all the way around, and I was actually able to tuck it, so now I won't have a harness running over the intake manifold anymore. What else? I also deleted the igniter chip. I kind of have everything tucked away, but normally there would be an igniter chip, and I also took my time with the soldering these and made sure everything was crisp. I just put a wrap around electrical tape, but before there was a big bump right there. What else? I fixed, before for my SR20 math, I had an extra wire coming out right here that was grounded to the math, absolutely. But now I have to swap over this plug, the SR20 plug, to a Z32 plug, so we could fit the Z32 math. Z32 math, I got it off a buddy, off of his car that was sitting there for a while. It was super dusty in there. I cleaned it out, but hopefully this is good, and hopefully it works, because I'm changing so much, and if it's misfiring or something, I just put injectors, I did harness, I put coils, I depinned, repinned, I deleted igniter chip, and now I'm putting and soldering in a mass airflow sensor. So there's gonna be a lot of variables, and I currently have a mess on here. Got that RS Empathy sticker, and I kind of threw everything over here to the side because I'll close the hood after I'm done working and just kind of put everything there that I know I'm gonna need the next day. Anyways, I need to clean it up. I did get the ECU back, you know, RS Empathy thing. I need to set my base timing to 15 and then my fuel pressure to 43. So that's kind of, I have to do that. Side note, I cleaned up the cars today. The S14, S13, and the STI is pretty clean too. But S14 isn't running. It's had an electrical issue. It's been sitting for about a month. I've been wanting to get to it. I've got to it like once, and I got like frustrated, and I just kind of left it there again. Kind of been focusing on this. I got started with the mass install for this, but I look at one thing and I want to change it, and I hate this line that goes right here. I think it's really ugly, and I have this that's just a breather tube. I'm gonna see if I could take this off and just fit it right there so it'll look a little cleaner instead of having this run under here. Give me 1 second. All right, check it. So I got this made. This wouldn't fit over that because this was too wide, but I had to get a piece of regular hose and I slipped it over, and it's not the cleanest thing, but it looks better than it did with just a random hose coming down here. Now I gotta shorten this one, but I think I'm gonna save that for later because I keep getting distracted on things that don't matter. Will help the car run. So for now, we'll leave that one alone. And I ordered this is 3-inch and that's 2-inch, and I need these two to go together. I don't have a 3-to-2. I ordered one. It should be here like in 5 days or so. So for now, I do have this really ghetto 3-inch. So I'm gonna tighten the heck out of down here and over here. Well, this side will be fine, but this side's gonna need to be tightened super tight, and hopefully that works. I won't be able to run a cone filter because I also don't have an adapter. I should have ordered these a long time ago, but I ordered it already, and so hopefully that comes in quick. But for now, for testing purposes, it'll be perfectly fine. Got this on, got that on. Look very it doesn't look too bad, but can't fit a cone. Obviously I don't have that adapter. So for now it'll just run open. Got the adapter right here. Hopefully this is gonna fit. It'll probably tuck under there, under the chassis, but it'll be okay. Anyways, now I just need to swap this plug out for the Z32 one, and I got to do a little bit of research so I get the right diagrams, and we'll be on our way. Basically, soldered these connections, you know, make sure you get a good connection all the way around. I don't know if the camera's gonna be able to focus on that. Check those plates out. But yeah, do that, and we throw this over there, light it on fire, and that was the homie Daniel. He wanted me to look at his Evo because the clutch is slipping. He just wanted me to make sure it was a clutch, but it's pretty far out right now. Got this all wired up. I'm gonna try to tuck it underneath the radiator harness and connect it, and I need to find a nut and bolt so I could connect right there to ground. Right there, that little hole, and we should be good for the first trip. My heart is literally racing right now, and everything is done. I'm super nervous. The car's been down forever, so I really want this to work, and if something goes wrong, there's so much that could go wrong. So cross your fingers, nothing goes wrong. I'm gonna try to set you guys up somewhere where you guys could see pretty easy. Got the STI jumping the back of the 240 batteries in the back, so take. So guys, after trying to crank it a couple of times, oh my, I just left my window open. I just noticed that. I realized I'm not getting any spark. I don't know why. I pulled out my spark plugs. It wasn't wanting to start, and it sounded like a constant crank, so something was missing. I could smell fuel, and so I knew I had fuel, and I popped out my plugs, and they were doused in fluid. You can't really see them. I kind of cleaned them up a little bit, but you won't be able to see in there. But the cylinders were all filled up and juiced up too. They were pretty wet, so I popped out this plug. I pulled the fuse pump fuse so I wouldn't get any more fuel in the cylinders, and I put the fuel plug, or the fuel plug, what am I talking about? The spark plug up against the block to see if it had spark, and I had no spark, and the back of my injector was running pretty hot, so there must be electrical resistance out behind this. I don't know why, and now that's next on the agenda to figure out. I wish everything would go smooth, but hopefully I did all my wiring right here, swapping these pins out, because you had to swap like these two wires when you do this conversion. So I'm gonna double check my work by looking at other ones, and hopefully I didn't fry the coils or even worse, my ECU. But yeah, now there's that to worry about. All right, y'all, I got it figured out. Turns out I wired my coil packs the opposite way. I looked to connect the wrong way. I repinned them. The car's running. It's running mint. But bad news is my starter's still sticking. I had to pull it out. I started once, but if I try to start it again, it's gonna stick this time. So if I turn it off, try to turn it on, it's just gonna stick. But so I need to call those guys again. But yeah, she hits. Yeah, now it's time to rip her. Oh shit! Holy fuck! Holy fuck! No way! Oh shit! Oh, I'm gonna get into some trouble. That is way too good. All right, we got Peter here. He was recording a little bit earlier. So we took the car for a spin, and the starter isn't acting up right now, but when we pulled it in, I noticed this clamp was a little loose, and my wastegate vacuum line wasn't in, so we had a massive leak, and now she's idling a lot better. Fuck yeah. But that'll probably be it for today, so it won't drag on to be such a long video, but hopefully the start doesn't act up. If not, then I'm gonna have to go back to that white boy shop, but it's all good. Jeez. Till next time. What do they got to do, Peter?
What?
What do they got to do? What do the audience have to do?
Watch the videos. If you like the video, subscribe.
There you go.
Subscribe to Boy Wrong.
Jeez.